Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hey everyone. In this video, we will talk about the types of interpreting. And this video we will use to fulfill our midterm task of interpreting course. In this group, there is consists of 4 people, including me. I'm Rizka Rahmawati, and then there is Ersa Devi Naswati, Galuh Ramayati, and Yulian Andriani. So without any further ado, let's start with the first types of interpreting. All right, there are 7 types of interpreting. The first types of interpreting is consecutive interpreting. This is the type of interpreting in which the interpreter must wait for a pause or a break in the speech, usually at the end of a long sentence that's said by the first speaker, then communicate it into the target language for the other speaker, and vice versa. So these types of interpreting make the interpreter must be able to interpret the message that delivered by the first speaker after they finish to speak their message, and after that, the interpreter deliver it into the target language to the other speaker or listener. And then there is the example of consecutive interpreting.
Vocabulary is an essential aspect of learning English.
Kosakata adalah aspek penting dari belajar bahasa Inggris.
We cannot understand English without vocabulary.
Kita tidak dapat memahami bahasa Inggris tanpa kosakata.
Without vocabulary, we will also not be able to learn English or practice English.
Tanpa kosakata, kita juga tidak bisa belajar bahasa Inggris atau berlatih bahasa Inggris. The second is simultaneous interpreting. So, simultaneous interpreting is the opposite of consecutive interpreting, in which the interpreter delivers interpretation live at the same time the speaker is speaking without having to wait. Simultaneous interpreting is recommended for big events such as conference and meeting.
A component of English,
Komponen dari bahasa
vocabulary,
Inggris,
is essential to
kosakata
learn.
sangat penting untuk
In
dipelajari.
addition to the 4 English skills,
Oleh karena itu, dari 4 skill berbahasa Inggris,
students must also understand aspects
siswa
of English,
harus mengerti aspek dari bahasa Inggris,
such as vocabulary,
seperti kosakata,
to support their mastery
untuk
of the 4 language
mendukung
skills.
penguasaan skill berbahasa Inggris.
With mastering vocabulary,
Dengan penguasaan
students
kosakata,
will not be
siswa
able to
akan
master the 4
tidak mungkin dapat
language,
menguasai 4 skill berbahasa,
especially in learning English.
dalam berbahasa Inggris, dalam mempelajari bahasa Inggris.
Whispered interpretation is also called coach cottage. Whispered interpreters the message in their head and whisper it to the client. The interpreter leans over and communicates the message in a client's preferred language in a quiet voice. Whispered interpreter carries the challenge of immediate understanding. You have to listen, understand, translate, and deliver the speech at the same time. It can be suitable for smaller meetings.
The fourth type of interpreting is relay interpretation. Relay interpretation is the best mode when there are no interpreters available for a particular language pair. For example, if Spanish to Czechia, interpreters are missing. A mediating process could take place. In this case, a Spanish interpreter would interpret the speech in a more commonly spoken language, English. Another interpreter will provide English to Czechia interpretation, thus covering the rarely spoken language. And the fifth types of interpreting is liaison interpretation. It is the most informal mode of interpretation that can lack some accuracy when compared to others. Word-to-word interpreting is not required here. The main goal of liaison interpreters is to build connection during small meetings or business negotiation when clients do not speak each other language. Also known as dialogue interpretation, liaison interpretation generally takes place between 2 to 4 clients. Liaison interpreting is the least precise interpretation mode.
Right. The next is escort interpretation. Travel interpretation or escort interpretation is a mode of interpretation that stands out from others from a cultural perspective. Travel interpreter accompanies a client to the previously agreed destination and helps them overcome the language barrier through interpretation. Travel interpreter is responsible for handling clients' administrative tasks during the trips. The interpreter select based on various aspects, include personality, language spoken, cultural knowledge, and understanding of the location to which a client is traveling. So, an interpreter helps document of clients during the trips. And the last one is over-the-phone interpretation. Over-the-phone interpretation, or OPI, is one of the remote interpretation service which provides more than 100 language. And the governmental institution often use OPI on occasions related to the healthcare or public concern in countries like the United States. However, there are some disadvantage. Users and interpreters cannot see the speaker. Body language and facial expression play a huge role in interpreting. Another aspect arises from the technology itself. Interpreting over the phone is usually followed by background noise. So, client can use an interpreter with over the phone interpreting. If you have low budget, you can invite an interpreter, so it might be your best choice.
All right, so that's all from us about the types of interpreting. Sorry for all the mistakes. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.